Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Briuana for those of you who are new here. Today's video is super random, but last night I watched the Power Book 2 season finale and I had to share my reactions with somebody, so why not share it with y'all? So let's get to it. Alright, first question I had, where the heck is 2-Bit? Like, I just kept expecting him the entire episode to just pop up somewhere like, where's my money? But he didn't do that. And that was something that really surprised me because given everything that was happening with Tariq, I just knew 2-Bit was going to be another problem he was going to have to deal with. But it didn't happen. So I'm guessing he's going to pop back up in season 2 because I'm just really trying to think like what season 2 is going to look like. But there's really no way to tell because there are so many ways this story can be taken because there's so many little pieces and so many different characters that play huge roles in the plot right now. So it's just no way to predict what's going to happen next season. But if y'all have any predictions, please comment them down below so I can check them out. All right, let's also talk about the character Zeke. I want to like this character so much because he has a messed up family, but y'all, this character, I don't know if it's the way the character is or the actor, but it's just something about the way he talks that just cracks me up every time. Like, I cannot take him serious. It's like every time he talks, I just want to laugh. No matter how serious the subject is or how worried he seems to be, I cannot take him serious. Yeah. Well, I feel bad for saying that I'm happy to see somebody healed, but I am so glad Jabari is gone. I feel like the entire season, he was just the most, well, one of the most annoying characters because he was just doing too much. And I just really didn't see his purpose in the whole story. And at this point, I still don't really see the purpose he served, aside from just being a crazy, obsessed lunatic. So I kind of figured he was going to die, but I also thought that Carrie was going to die too. So I knew it was going to be either one of them. And I'm glad it was him because he was absolutely doing the most. His obsession with Tariq and Carrie was just crazy. Like I get being a writer and all. I get how desperate we can be sometimes, but his obsession with Tariq and the whole plagiarism and all that, it was just a lot. And I really didn't like that storyline at all, to be honest. I'm kind of glad we don't have to worry about that now. Bye, Jabari. And one of my favorite scenes the entire show was Tariq in court. Like, he absolutely killed it, but I know it was because Tamika, she is not to be played with, and he had the best one helping him. When Tariq called Sax out about being at the club that night with the gun, I was like, oh, okay, look at him. And I was just wondering what was going to happen. I was like, this is going to finally be the episode where Sax gets what he deserves and he going to go to jail. But, you know, that whole DNC stuff, I'm like, they always ruining stuff. But then again, I'm like, if Sax goes to jail, who else is going to be that villain that we all love to hate? And that Monet and Tasha scene, I was kind of waiting the whole season to see like them actually get an encounter with each other. I didn't really think it was going to happen because I didn't think Tasha was going to be getting out of jail. But when it happened, I knew it was going to be inevitable. And just seeing their two perspectives on motherhood and all that. Monet, she's one of those characters that I just don't really like, but she does bring something different to the show. I just don't like her character because I don't like to see her exploit her children, and the way she's treating Kane, it's like, why are you treating him like that? Like, he's literally you. But anyway, just seeing the two of them collide was very interesting. And Tasha, she should have known that Monet wasn't about to let Tariq go that easily. Like, I guess she's a mother too, but mothers are different. Not every mother is the same. She don't care about your son like you care about your son. So I don't know what she really expected going up in there, but she should have known better. And the best part of the entire episode was finally seeing Tommy back on the scene. When Tasha saw that car leaving from in front of the bar, she knew she was in trouble because Tommy was out to get her. But I'm like, what else did she expect? You trying to pin all this stuff on him. You trying to pin ghost murder on him. And you expect him not to retaliate? I don't care what kind of protection you got. He coming for you. Tasha, I don't see you surviving for much longer, sweetheart, because you just been a little slow. Honestly, that's probably why we didn't see 2-Bit, because, you know, 2-Bit and Tommy, their relationship was really tight. So that's probably why 2-Bit didn't pop up, because he knew Tommy was back around. And he probably was in cahoots with Tommy on everything that was going on. So that's probably why we didn't see him. But that's just a little speculation here. I don't really know. But I'm glad Tommy's back. He's literally one of my favorite characters in the Power series. He has some of the most amazing one-liners. He is what you can call loyal. He stands up for what he loves and what he believes in, even though he is not always right and I don't always agree with him. You can't do nothing but respect it. I honestly thought he was going to try to fight Tariq. I knew he wasn't going to kill him because Ghost asked him not to. But yeah, I can see why he doesn't want to be family with Tariq, because Tariq is probably one of the most disloyal characters that we've seen the entire Power series. It is what it is, and I think this episode really reminded me of that, because this whole season I've really been forgetting about how trash Tariq was before. And Monet putting a gun to Tommy at Ghost's gravesite. Yeah, she must not know who Tommy is. And I was not expecting that scene to play out the way that it did, but I guess Tariq is just smarter than we think he is. And it's also just crazy because going into this show, I hated Tariq. Like, after everything that happened in the last season of Power, I hate that little boy. I hated him. Honestly, I hated Tariq probably the last few seasons of Power. During this season, I just somehow started rooting for him. I don't know how it happened. I don't know why it happened. It's like I just kind of want to see him succeed, but then being reminded of everything he's done and just how dirty he is, I'm like, I should still hate this little boy, but it's like you want to see him succeed after everything he's been through, but I don't know. And I've been seeing a lot of people on Twitter just debating who Tariq is going to end up with. Like, he's going to end up with Diana, Lauren, the girl from school, or if he's going to end up with Effie. And I really just don't know. I don't see him ever just settling down with any of those girls. I feel like he's going to be kind of like his dad, trying to juggle two people. Well, with him, I think he's going to be juggling all three. He knows that they all bring different things to the table. But I really think he likes Lauren, like genuinely likes her. Because if you look at the thing that she's been able to give him compared to what Diana's been able to bring him, which is like a little bit of protection, and Effie, she's been able to help him get some money with running his business. Lauren, she, like, compared to those two girls, she really hasn't brought as much to him as they have, but she has been like a listening ear for him, so that does make up for something. And one of the parts of the season finale that really stood out to me was when Tasha was like, Tommy's a killer, and then Tariq was like, I'm a killer. I think her reaction to that was just so strong. That whole scene was just really strong, because just hearing Tariq actually admit that he's a killer, because he is. And I think that's something that we forget just because of everything else he has going on and the dangerous people that he has chasing him. Like, he really is a killer. And he's been able to protect himself this whole season, even though he been on a run and just been doing a lot. He's still alive at this point, which I didn't even see happening. And that shows that he's smart enough to handle himself out here in the streets. So I'm just really looking forward to see what season 2 is going to look like, because I think Tariq, he has been struggling to accept who he is. And even though he has had a bad hand dealt to him, he's also made a lot of choices that put him in the position that he's in. I feel like he genuinely wants to be good, but he has to accept the bad parts of him too. And I think that was something that Effie was trying to help him realize. Like, even though you don't think you're a monster, you are a monster. And also that one line where Tariq says in the end, ghosts never die. Part of me, even though I know this probably not gonna be the case, was hoping that Ghost was still somewhere alive, like literally in the flesh. But I don't know, I feel like that line was just so chilling. And I feel like he's beginning to see more of his father in him, as he grew up just hating his father for the past few years, and now he's just seeing more and more of him in him and seeing the reason behind some of the things that he did. And I guess he's kind of beginning to accept his fate and beginning to accept his father for who he is, even though it's a little late for that, but sometimes that's how things are. Well, that's it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and please leave your comments and predictions for season 2 down below, because I want to read them, because I don't really know what direction the show is going to take, but I know once season 2 is going to be out, it's going to be crazy, and I'm looking forward to watching it. I'll see y'all next time.